Hello, this is Terrell Pauly with LearnHealthcareIT.com, and what I'd like to talk about now is to answer the question. So how did I get into healthcare IT? So I've been in this space now for over 13 years, and this is 2018, so it's been over 13 years, and uh, and I wanted to talk about this just to maybe give uh, if you're looking to actually trying to you're trying to get into this space. So I want to talk about my experience and my exposure. So I actually I went to school in South Carolina. I talk After high school, graduated. I went to college in South Carolina where I actually studied computers. So I have a background um, in computer science, computer technology. So as far as when I went to college. So when I actually graduated high school, I did not know. So let me back up a little bit further. So when I graduated high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really have any direction. I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't a good high school student. I didn't do well in high school. You know, middle, really middle school, and then high school. Didn't really care about, but I graduated. So so I wasn't really I wasn't a good student in high school, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I graduated. But it wasn't. I kind of stumbled upon. I saw a family member who was actually was going to school for IT. So I said, well, let me go and try to let me go ahead and try to see if let me try IT. Computer technology. Technology may sounds like a good field to get into. So to make a long story short, maybe so I started enrolled in a 2 year technical college, and because and when I first got in, I first started. I had to take some what do you call them? You call them either remedial courses or prerequisites that I had to take in English and in math. And so it wasn't until that point to where I was so I started to take English and math, and English was okay. Then math, I started to like apply myself, and I was surprised that I actually did well in math, and I actually exceeded, and I actually enjoyed it. So I applied myself to where I didn't do in high school. So I started to do well, in those prerequisites, and then I had to, I took the normal courses in computers, all the computer courses, and then the math courses, and I actually was excelled at it. So I did that. So I got my 2 year degree in computer technology, and then I transferred on to a 4 year college university, which is Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina, where I went on and um, completed my 4 year degree in computer science with a minors in applied mathematics. So that was my experience in college. And then, so actually, when I moved out of South Carolina, I moved to Virginia, and then I was looking for work. I had a couple of consulting jobs, or you don't call them consulting jobs. You call them where they're not full-time jobs. They're kind of like contractor. That's what it is. I was a contractor. Did a couple of those for the first few months, and then so how I stumbled upon the healthcare IT space is actually, I was putting in applications, submitting my resume for jobs, and I saw this one place, this one facility. It was it's an imaging center, and so for those who don't know what the imaging center is, it's like so you have a hospital, then you have but an imaging center is like there's no um, imaging center. There's not like no hospital beds to where there's no inpatient care stay. Right? You typically at an imaging center, you just go there to get your scan done, get your you get your X-ray done, get your MRI done, and then go there and then you leave, and then you leave the same that same day. So I saw a position for some sort of data entry position, and at this imaging center. So I applied to it, and then I went in for the interview, and I got the job. So, and I didn't know, it's like data entry. I was like, I need to start somewhere. Uh, so I did the data entry, and it was, and the data entry was in regards to, at the time I didn't know, but it was dealing with a risk system, a radiology information system, where I was entering all this data for that they needed to do. I guess they were at the time. I think they just the site just transitioned from one. I think they actually they transitioned from one information system to another, but they needed to actually do some manual import of data. I guess that didn't make it over and automatically some sort of way. So that's my job. That's what I was doing. And then but shortly after that, the other, I'd say he was a PACS administrator, or maybe he was a PACS analyst actually, that was working there, who was helping train me, was actually he left the company. So after he left, the PACS administrator came to me and said, "Hey, do you want his position? He left. You want his position? I'll train you and do what you want to. So you can learn what you want to do, learn what you need to do." I was like, "Yeah, sure, great, I'll take it." But then he was like, "Well, I was thinking, I don't really know anything about healthcare IT per se." And he was like, "That's okay. You have IT experience background, so it won't be that complicated to learn healthcare. So to learn the healthcare IT part." So I went in, and then actually he started to train me. I started to learn all about PACS systems and risk systems, DICOM, slowly but surely, and that's how I actually got started in healthcare IT. So I wanted to, and then after that, the rest is history. So 13 years later. So I wanted to just kind of share this story about how I got started, in case you were wondering. I might have talked about it actually touched on it in a couple of my courses that I teach, but I wanted to verbally express how I got started. So maybe if I wanted to help you, if you're looking on how to actually to get started in this area. If you already have IT experience, then you're in a great position, because it's not. I can tell you, attest that it's not complicated to learn the healthcare part. So to actually learn this subfield, it's not complicated. And if you don't have and if you only have clinical experience and it's okay, because that's good. You only have clinical experience, and so you can learn IT. You can learn some things, because if you don't have IT experience, then it's not really. You can learn some basic IT things along the way. So don't let that deter you about it. If you're interested in getting into the space, you can learn some basic IT knowledge along the way. And so, as a matter of fact, if you're looking on how to actually the nuts and bolts on how to get into it, what you need to learn, how you need to learn it, or what you need to learn, and the tools that you need to get into the space to succeed. I actually teach a course on that, on how to get into the space. You can actually, and that's at learnhealthcareit.com. You can take a look at that. And if you just want to get started, I also have the free course at starthealthcareit.com. That's starthealthcareit.com. So those two websites, take a look at. And I hope that I hope that this was helpful for anyone that just wanted to know and is interested in getting started. So until next time, take care.